This segment brought to you by Sure Crop, liquid crop nutrition delivered right to your farm.
We're back. Kyle and Greg Gardiner reflect back on the fury and destruction from the Starbuck wildfire and how ranchers have started to rebuild.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer. I have the opportunity to visit with Greg Gardiner. Greg and I were actually in college together. And Greg, of course, Gardiner Angus Ranch, the Starbucks fire on March the 6th, burned that area out tremendously, and your ranch was hurt as bad as most any in the area. But I want to talk about the summer after that. Tell us kind of how that went.
Well, Kyle, we've been very fortunate in the aftermath. One of the things that gave us a little breath immediately after the sale is we had to focus on our April 1st production sale. And so that gave us a time to plan and decide how we were going to move forward. But one of the things with the event of the Anderson Creek fire, a lot of the professional crews that were still working over there, they just moved over a couple of counties and came to Clark County. And we hired 4 different crews of professional fence builders. And they were able throughout the summer to get 17 to 20 miles of fence a week put up. And so,
was that an opportunity to change pastures and change fences, or did most of the fences go back pretty much where they were before?
Some of the perimeter fences went back where they were along the roads, but we had an opportunity to change a lot of fences with no reason. Well, why did they do that? Put through that sand dune? So we reconfigured some pastures where we had the opportunity to do it so we could maintain the fences better.
Now, with that big of a fire, I assume grazing rates had to be reduced. Were you feeding all summer, or were you able to graze all summer?
We actually, because of our death loss, we didn't have a lot of cattle to feed, but we kept them on wheat pasture as long as we could, and a lot of our wheat pasture became our, for lack of a better word, our corrals. We had 800 acres of wheat that we had 250 pairs on until September. We just housed them out there and then ultimately ended up feeding them. We couldn't, because our infrastructure was completely destroyed, we couldn't graze any land until we got fences put up, so it was a double-edged sword. And but now that we have, as of last week, finished our fencing project, our infrastructure is rebuilt and we're able to get cattle back out there.
I assume there's still a lot of fence to build in your area.
Yes, there is, and we've been very blessed and fortunate that we were able to complete the project all in one fell swoop. Some of the neighbors still have fence to go and rebuild and replace, and so there's still active work going on in the county.
Was there enough feed grown through the winter to make, or through the summer to make it through winter?
For us, yes, and a lot of our neighbors. One of the things that's been amazing to me, it can't be stated more, but the onslaught of hay that was brought in the relief effort, many of us still have hay left over because of the vast amounts of generosity of people across this country and rural America that shared of their resources and their hay. And so all of us are in good shape for the wintertime.
Visiting with Greg Gardiner, Gardiner Angus Ranch, Ashland, Kansas. This is Kyle Bauer reporting. Back to you, Jamie.
Thanks, Kyle. Come back for the Angus Report after this break.
Tarwater Farm and Home has been family owned and operated since its beginning in 1978. What you need for farm and agriculture, lawn and garden, clothing and footwear, and so much more. You'll be surprised at what you'll find in this huge store. They have what you need and lots of it. So come take a look. You'll discover that customer service is first and foremost. Always has been with the Tarwaters. Tarwater Farm and Home, 4107 North Topeka Boulevard.